Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 36 of the Crazy Shooters podcast.
The
Today
Brian
it's,
Westbrook pod.
huh?
The Brian Westbrook pod right here, baby.
We said earlier the Omri Caspi pod,
This is Brian Westbrook.
the the Shaq on the Celtics pod.
All
Um,
right.
Today is a pretty weird podcast because it's just me and Shaffer. Um, because we're currently recording this at 2 a.m. because earlier I recorded one with Mark and Jared, and I was about to go upload it, and it didn't have any audio from me. And I talk for about 70% of the podcast, so couldn't really be uploaded. So now we have to record another one, and I'm pissed.
Shout out to the Night Owls.
Um, and fuck Windows. I hate Windows. Force me to do an update, and it just screws up everything. Does it every single time too.
What's worse, Windows OS or Mac OS?
Well, actual Windows operating system is better, but it's just like the updates literally you might as well just get a new computer because that's what it's going to be like cuz it just changes everything on your computer on its own. It's horrible. But shout out to iOS though. Pretty fire.
Yeah. iOS is fire. Mac OS is a pile of meat.
Yeah.
I can't upload anything to college.
um well, I don't really want to have the same discussion over again, but just with a different person this time, since I did record one earlier. But one of the main things we did talk about was the current NBA MVP race and how I'm like kind of pissed about it
Mm-hmm.
because I think I think Steph Curry should be higher. I say that as a Steph Curry fan, but he really should be. Currently on Basketball Reference, he has the eighth best odds to win, and they have Rudy Gobert above him and Damian Lillard.
I saw an article or like a post today or the other day. It was why isn't James Harden getting enough recognition to get an MVP race? Like, dude has voter fatigue, bro.
Oh,
It's hard to
heavy.
win. It's hard to win multiple, and especially when he stat pads as much as he does, there's no way that you can get in.
Mm-hmm. Um, but like, I I just don't understand it now because people were saying that Steph couldn't win it now or shouldn't really be in talks because the Warriors didn't have that great of a record.
Right.
Well, now they have played two more games than Portland, but they have a better record. They are 19 and 15 and Portland is 18 and 14. They have a better record than Portland. Why is Damian Lillard above him? Should not be the case at all. Steph is almost is close to his averages from his unanimous MVP season,
Right.
and he's eighth in the MVP race right now. Like, how is Rudy Gobert above him?
I don't even like know how that works. I never hear any like articles about Gobert.
I think Rudy
And
Gobert is a glorified Andre Drummond.
I can agree with that. I don't like. I get he's good at defense, but I mean, what else is he good at? Like,
He does about what every other center does.
other
Scores
than
15 and gets 15 rebounds. He's just better on the defensive end, but that dude is a complete defensive liability if you take him out of the paint.
right.
Anytime that he's on someone on the perimeter, that dude is getting dropped. Like, I saw a video the other day of him getting put on the floor because he came out to the perimeter to guard someone.
I've always thought Rudy Gobert is overrated. Like, for
100%.
when it comes to in the paint, the dude's elite. Like,
Yeah.
no one should ever like try to even go up on him. But like outside of the paint, like that dude, it's not even. It's ridiculous. I swear.
And I looked earlier. I'll look at it again just to get the exact stats here. So with true shooting percentage, obviously most centers should have a high true shooting percentage.
Right.
Um, Not usually the ones that can't shoot free throws, but it still should be very high because of their 2 point field goal percentage, because that's mostly what they're taking.
Right.
Um, and
I see Gobert has 64%
yes,
with
so
0 from 3 because he's not attempted one this season.
yeah, Rudy Gobert, his true shooting percentage is 65.3%. 65.3. Steph Curry has a true shooting percentage of 65.1. And Steph
So
takes 13 threes a game.
it's ridiculous. Like the only thing I see that would even get him MVP talk is because they are 27-7.
Yeah, that's the
Literally
only
nothing else.
reason.
Literally nothing else. And wouldn't
And
Donovan Mitchell be like the best player on that team?
yeah, easily the best player on that team.
How is Rudy Gobert an MVP talk, but the best player of the team isn't?
Dude, I just don't get it, bro.
It's all media driven, but I don't know how Rudy Gobert is media driven at all.
Yeah.
If anything, Luca would be higher than Gobert. I swear, every other article I see or every other post is a Luca highlight.
He's literally averaging 14 and 13, bro. No, I gotta. What's Andre Drummond's stats right now, bro?
I'm looking it up.
Like, King Andre Drummond.
Andre, this season he's
17?
averaging 17 and 13 and a half. He's having better stats than fucking Rudy Gobert.
No, hold on. Now I wanna see. We're gonna go we're gonna go deep into the stats here.
Dude,
Per per 100 possessions, defensive rating. Andre Drummond is 105. Rudy Gobert is 101. Andre
this dude,
Drummond has a better defensive rating than Rudy Gobert.
dude, fuck it, dude. Put Andre Drummond for MVP, bro. Like, come on now. This bum ass dude, Rudy Gobert, out of here, dog. I've never liked him since he came into the league. He's a glorified 90
Oh, no,
center.
wait. Defensive rating is better when it's lower. But he's only 4 points off.
Literally a glorified Andre Drummond.
Yeah. How many?
He has
Wait.
less points and less rebounds than Andre Drummond, who hasn't been talked about in I think like 6 years.
2.7 blocks from Rudy Gobert. What's Andre Drummond looking like this season? 1.2, but with 1.6 steals. Rudy Gobert averages zero point 0.4 steals. It's like you could say how elite Rudy Gobert is on defense, but I still think he's overrated on defense.
I've seen better highlights out of Andre Drummond, bro. He at least gets me have pure comedy when he does some stupid shit like try to do a step back three.
Yeah, true.
Dude's literally pure comedy on the court.
um, Bro, I don't get it.
On Basketball Reference, it has Kawhi at number 4. Literally, it's so hard for me to think that Kawhi Leonard is always one of the most slept on players in the league. It's just because he never talks in the media.
Yeah, true. Well, one thing that like they have Giannis at 3.
That's literally because he's a stat stuffer.
Yeah, and I'm honestly surprised to see him there because I haven't heard anything about Giannis like the entire season.
Right.
Like I've only seen stuff about Jokic, Embiid, obviously LeBron.
Luca.
Yeah. Like
Luca's at 9. I don't even know how. The media
yeah, I don't
drives
know
me
how he got back
crazy.
up there cuz he was having a horrible season to start out.
Yeah. If Paul George at 10, I never hear anything about Paul George.
Paul George was higher actually. He was higher than Kawhi at one point. Um
They
but like
got.
I'm down with Jokic, but if you're gonna have Jokic at 1, you can't hold team record against anyone else
Right.
because the Warriors have played one more game than the Nuggets,
And they're
but they have
still
one more
one
win.
more win. Yeah. They're half a game ahead.
Like I don't get it. And have you seen Golden State's roster, bro? Have you seen they just like last week they played like 5 straight games without a center, and
Yeah,
then
they
a
have
couple of
Kelly Oubre
games
out there, dog.
a couple of games Draymond wasn't even out there. He was out with an injury.
Wasn't he suspended
I don't think he
like
was
a couple days
suspended,
ago? Oh, I thought I saw something. Let me look.
but like he was out. So they're out there with actually no center on their roster,
I mean, it
and they're
probably
winning
helps to their
games.
benefit. It helps to their benefit that everybody's going to their mold of not using a center anymore or like a true center.
Hmm. They lost to the Lakers tonight, but before that they had won 3 in a row. Like they're putting games together with such a horrible roster right now, and it's crazy.
I just seen something. It was I don't even know how far it was from the 18th. It says the Jazz are in 20 to 21, or they won their last 20 to 21.
Hmm.
And the picture is of Rudy Gobert.
Jesus.
Read real quick. They've been out without Mike Conley for the last 6 games, won 9 straight, only to Denver. So at 24-5. So they're 3-3 since that post. DeMarcus
Mm.
Cousins getting released, which I mean, it doesn't help that DeMarcus Cousins got screwed with an Achilles injury.
Oh yeah, very bad, dude.
Yeah,
I saw. I don't know if I was on Basketball Reference or something, and I was looking at something, but his Demarcus Cousins stats from even when he was on the Pelicans, bro, shit was juiced.
oh yeah, dude. He was a top 5 center in the league. He was what Embiid is now.
This dude 30
4
and
years ago.
15 a game, like
Crazy.
fucking nasty. And they had Anthony Davis on that squad too. Like
Dude, I'm telling you, if DeMarcus Cousins would have never tore his Achilles, that Pelicans team would have been dangerous. Let me pull that up, dude. New Orleans Pelicans. I gotta see this roster. Would have been like 16, 17? They had the boy Omri Caspi.
oh, the Omri Caspi pod.
What was his last like good season? Because he got hurt in like February. Yeah. Um. Yeah. He had 55 games with the Kings and then with the Pelicans. In that split, he was averaging roughly 25, 11, and where's he says there it is, in about 4 with a steal and a half a game. Dude was juiced, dog. Crazy. And Anthony Davis, Tyreek Evans. Fucking Tyreek Evans, dude. Oh my god. Buddy Hield was on that team. That's before he started to that was before the he got traded in the Boogie trade, didn't he? He did.
hmm
Um Now that I look at it, it was really just Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
They were still dirty. No one could guard their front court.
Um, I'm just kind of like sitting here looking through stats at the moment. Like I just
Yeah.
don't know what puts.
I don't know what goes into like MVP race. I literally don't.
It's literally just random because the fact that Damian Lillard is at 6 makes no sense to me.
It's all whatever the media feels like voting on.
Um, and
So,
yeah, I I don't think Giannis is gonna win another one, and I don't think he should.
unless this dude has a 37 PER,
Yeah,
I don't think this dude's touching it.
like Giannis has. I was looking at this earlier when we recorded the podcast earlier. Um, I hate the fact that Giannis has 2 MVPs. It's so weird that he has 2 MVPs.
The media drove the first one, and then he just did better in the next season.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, all right,
Because
fuck, there isn't really no one to ever vote for, so we might as well just vote him in again.
he has two. Steph has two, which is just weird to think about because if you go off of like all time players, people have Steph a lot higher than Giannis. And they
Well,
got
it
the
doesn't
same.
help. Giannis is 26 versus
Yeah, true.
Curry.
Um, when did Curry? How old was Curry when he won his first one? 27, I think.
What was it?
He was either
2015, right?
26 or 27 when he won his first one.
26 and 27 were his
Yeah.
MVP seasons. Giannis won it at 25, 26. So
Um, but like,
that's so crazy that it was 5 years ago.
hmm
But go on what you were saying.
so, so out of like total MVPs all
Mm-hmm.
time, Kareem has 6, MJ has 5, Bill Russell has 5. I didn't know he had 5,
It's crazy.
and Wilt has 4. The fact that Bill Russell has 5 shows that Bill Russell should probably have like 2 or 3, and
Will should have
Wilt
7.
should yeah, Wilt should have 6 or 7. uh, LeBron has 4, Larry Bird has 3, uh, Dr. J has 3 if you count ABA. Uh, Magic Johnson has 3, Moses Malone has 3, and then Giannis has 2, Steph has 2. Like, I'd love to see Steph win another one, but I just don't think he will because people
Yeah.
are going. People,
Vote,
it especially is going to happen now because people are going
voted
to
for two.
underrate any season he has because they're going to compare it to his unanimous MVP season. And it's like, oh, you're not going 73-9, you're not getting MVP. Like, fuck out of here. He's playing with Kent Bazemore and Kelly Oubre on the squad. Like,
Kelly Oubre dunking over everybody.
seriously, every night for them to win, Steph has to go off, and then either Kelly Oubre or Kent Bazemore has over 20, and they end up winning. Like it's
I gotta find this dog. Dave Cohen's is an MVP winner. I've never heard of this dude unless it was for like in 2K or whatever when they like show who's all the MVPs are.
yeah.
This dude won it. He's 5 MVP shares, bro. What the fuck? 72, 73. Let me look at this shit. His stats 20 points a game, 16 rebounds, They didn't count steals or blocks, so 4 assists. Shooting 45%. That's an MVP winner. I gotta see this. Kareem had 30, 16, and 5 assists. Fucking tiny Archibald. 34, 11 assists, and 3 rebounds. Wilt had he had 13, 18, and 5. John Havlicek had 23, 6, and 7. Like, dog, there's so many better players. Come on, dude. Wilt was 36 and had just as good as stats as them, dog.
Yeah.
And he was fourth.
Um,
Stupid, dog.
have you seen like how the like the 8 seed in the West or the 9 or 10 seed in the West would be the 4 seed in the East? Have you
That's
seen
how it's
that?
that's how it's been in like every year though.
Cuz the Knicks are the 4 seed and they're like 17 and 17, I think. Like they're 500 and they're the 4 seed.
I'll look up the conference standings right now. So let's see. What's the 16 and 16 versus 17 and 17? So yeah, they'd be roughly the 4 or 5 seed, the Mavs. See the 8 seed. Tied for the 8 seed, 15 and 17.
Yeah, the race is much tighter. It's tight the entire Eastern Conference, and it's tight from 5 and below in the West.
Let me
Because
look at
like
last year.
Jazz, Clippers, Lakers, Suns are all pretty much
It was
above.
it was bad last year.
You see the Rock?
33 and 40. The Suns were 34 and 39. So they would have made the playoffs if they were in the East.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you saying?
You see the Rockets are on like a 10-game losing streak.
Well, it doesn't help that John Wall has to put the team on his back. So
did they like? Did they drop DeMarcus Cousins for a reason?
I'll look at the article they said. Buyout had a bigger role lately with Christian Wood out, but the Rockets wanted to go younger once Christian Wood returns.
Hmm. Yeah, Victor Oladipo and Christian Wood are out for them.
That's not good. They got to rely on David Nwaba and Ben McLemore.
Well, they have
That roster is horrendous, dog.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
They got the boy Sterling Brown.
Are they actually playing Rodion's Kuruts? They actually playing him now? Probably not. He averages 1 point a game. Come on, throw him in there more. He averages 7 minutes a game for Houston.
He's getting put in them fucking late minutes in the game.
Yeah, he's got garbage time. That dude's a sniper, bro. Oh, not this season though. He's shooting 18% from three.
PJ Tucker putting up a solid 4.6 points a game.
Jesus God.
Shooting 36%, 32 from 3.
What's John Wall got? 23 and a half and 6?
This dude went from having to carry the Wizards, then getting hurt a lot, then getting traded to the Rockets, and having to carry the Rockets.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We got
I'm disgusted by this roster, bro.
dude, it's so bad.
Uh,
They got Kevin Porter Jr. in the G League. Dante Exum, fucking Daniel House.
Eric
Like
Gordon is averaging 18 points a game.
that's how bad his roster is, dog.
Oh my god, bro.
How many? I gotta see how many shots per game he gets.
Who, Eric Gordon?
Yeah,
Um,
he's putting up 13 field goals a game, like attempts. He's getting 6.
yeah.
That's disgusting, dude. He should be a role player. There's a team below? The Timberwolves are worse than them, dude. The Timberwolves is a sorry ass franchise. Like, get them the fuck out of there.
Well, I will give him a bit of a pass for having Karl Anthony Towns out for so many games, but also they're just not performing at all.
How I gotta see their lottery, bro. They literally get a high lottery pick like every year,
Well,
and
yeah,
they've done
and the
nothing with.
Warriors have it. The Warriors have it this year, so they
Anthony.
might. The Warriors might have the first pick. I've been saying it, bro, and I think that
What's
shit
this?
is
This
hilarious.
is D'Angelo Russell. He has 19 a game.
It's probably not an efficient 19.
I'll look it up right now. Puts up 16 attempts, 7 makes, 42%,
Not
39 from
horrible.
3. That's not bad. Um, yeah, but you look at this roster, you know they got the boy Juan Hernangomez.
Yeah.
Where's their fucking? Where can you see their drafts? Here we go. Fucking. Um, let's go draft finder. Where's their? I want to go by teams, but they won't let me. Oh, never mind. I got it. Timberwolves. Cameron Johnson at 11 last year. So they had Anthony Edwards, Cameron Johnson last year. They didn't have a lottery pick in 2018. They had Larry Markkinen, Chris Dunn, Cat, Levine, Trey Burke.
Oh, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah. They literally draft bust almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
Cedi Osman, dude. And Rakeem Christmas in 2015.
Um, Apparently the Celtics are having some troubles. They're 16 and 17 right now. They're tied for the sixth seed, which is
Has team
like
done anything?
obviously surprising because they were supposed to be,
Like
you know,
the best team in the East,
yeah,
like every
top
year.
three, top four guaranteed. And I don't know,
They're sixth right now.
I don't know if it's like they do have a bit of a big man problem.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if that's what it really is.
They just got to put Taco Fall in the game the entire time.
They're 16th in defensive rating and 13th in offensive rating, so it's not like they're good in one department. They're just very average in both.
They just must not be able to finish games out.
Yeah.
Let me see this dude. Kemba Walker. 18 points a game, 38% from the field.
And they've got Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I believe, is an all-star. So,
Yeah, he has 25.
damn, bro.
That's crazy. What's
That's a pretty
Tatum
good
averaging?
25 too. 50
And
and
Jalen Brown is
39.
averaging more. Jalen Brown is averaging more points than Tatum right now. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go say it right now. Chris Middleton, All-Star snub.
I think even though he did make it because not Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis is out, Devin Booker was the easiest snub for me. Because you could have either taken out Zion and put Devin Booker in there, or taken out Rudy
Right,
Gobert and put him in there.
right.
One or the other, I don't care. But the fact that Devin Booker was not in there is ridiculous. Because obviously the one thing that was holding him back that everyone was saying was his team couldn't win. Now his team is winning in the West, and he doesn't get an All Star. It's pretty
Chris
wild to
Middleton,
me.
26-7, doesn't make it in the East. Come on, dog, put him in.
Well, who would you take out in the East?
Let me look at.
I would love to put Vucevic in because I he's definitely an All Star caliber player. Like he's a very good player, but the
Mhm.
Magic just aren't good. So
Oh, they're
he's
horrible.
usually the one that people would take out. But he's a fucking monster. So
Let me look at the. I mean, I really don't see anybody, but still a snub in my book.
Vucevic is averaging 24 and 12 with 4 assists.
Sabonis has 22 and 11 and 6.
Sabonis did get put in because KD is out.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum got upgraded to a starter. Uh, but Sabonis, yeah, people were saying that Sabonis was the biggest snub, and Ben Simmons probably shouldn't have been in.
Ben Simmons is going to be the most overrated NBA player of all time, I feel like.
Yeah, he might be.
Like, unless he can shoot a jump shot, literally, they have to put in illegal defense for him to even be relevant
Hmm.
in this NBA. Because the dudes are just going to sit in the paint.
Who else is you have the All Star teams pulled up?
Yeah. Which
Who are
one do
the
you want to hear
reserves
about?
in the East?
The reserves are Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Harden, Levine, Randall, Ben Simmons, Vucevic, and Sabonis.
Okay. I mean that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I the it seems like the All Star teams are becoming a little like tighter for who's getting
Who's getting
snubbed.
in? Yeah.
That just shit. There's a lot of talent in the NBA right now. It really
Yeah.
is.
The talent pool makes every like playoff race tighter.
Mm-hmm. Because even on the bad teams, there's like All Star caliber players, obviously. So it's just tough.
The Cavs look pretty rough.
Oh yeah, the Cavs are horrible.
And so are the Pistons.
I don't know if the Cavs still plan on
Dude,
moving Andre Drummond.
the Pistons have Jahlil Okafor. How is he still in the league, dog? J- like the league evolved so bad at the wrong time for Jahlil Okafor. If this was like 6, 7 years ago, he would have been the perfect player.
Mm-hmm. Um, Jarrett Allen has been playing phenomenal for the Cavs, and they got him, I think, basically for nothing in that Harden trade, which is a good thing. But if they, I know they said something about they wanted to move Andre Drummond, but I don't know if they're still gonna go through with it. But like,
Feels like
where's he gonna go?
Jahlil Okafor.
No, Andre Drummond.
Oh, Andre Drummond. Um, have no idea. Put him in Boston, dude.
Like he could go to Boston. If he doesn't go to a contender, Houston. It all
Right.
depends on what the Cavs want
Golden
in
State.
return, really. Hell no, don't bring him to Golden State. I don't give a fuck. Actually,
What he
no, I
want?
wouldn't mind it because one of the biggest problems usually with with Golden State is they can't get fucking boards, and Andre Drummond would kind of help that. But like they have they have enough talent at center. They're just all fucking out, and they don't need Andre Drummond's contract. That's the thing that's gonna like be tough to
Drive
move
people
him.
away. How long is this contract? Find it.
Probably still has a couple years on it.
Trying to find it in basketball reference. I don't know if it's here or not.
Oh yeah, it even says here on Basketball Reference that he Andre
Mm,
Drummond is currently not playing because they're working to make a trade for him. Say they don't even have him playing
yeah.
because of it.
Is this his last year on the contract?
Um, Current contract.
He signed a 5 year in 2016, so it looks like yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I think it would be easy then.
Yeah, since it's expiring.
Yeah. But yeah, he can probably go anywhere. It's just who wants to take his contract up for a year.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets took him. It would kind of make sense since uh
Down tremendous.
they dropped off DeMarcus Cousins, and you said earlier that they said they want to go younger, and Andre Drummond is still young, which is insane to me.
Yeah, he's 27.
So
That's ridiculous.
it feels like he's 35.
30. Yeah, yeah, it feels like he's like 32.
It's been in the league 8 years, so
Carving a career, man. But yeah, that's what it's like for the most part.
hmm um yeah, the Cavs roster altogether is just a shit ton of young talent, obviously, but
Don't they have
uh,
like four centers, five centers on the roster?
Andre Drummond, JaVale McGee, Jarrett Allen, those are the centers.
And they have Larry Nance Jr., Torian Waller Prince, um, and Lamar Stevens as their, and Dean Wade as their power forwards. And then Kevin Love. Is Kevin Love even playing?
He's
He's
only
played two
played
games.
2 games.
Is
How
he
much
like
is?
holding out still?
I don't know.
Because didn't he hold out last year?
No, I think he's actually injured. Yeah, he's injured.
Hmm. That
Oh,
dude
what
Kevin
what
Love
is
fell
his
off, dog.
fucking contract looking like? Only 1 year left on it. Oh no, wait, no, 3 years. Jesus God. Wow.
Dude's getting paid 30 million to just sit there. Like it's ridiculous. I feel like you know how he said on his I think was it this year or last year he said he's not playing because the team's just shit.
I think it was last year.
It was last year. Yeah, they couldn't move him because he's getting $31 million a year.
Yeah, he literally might not. They might just have to.
Or cut him, if anything, because he's just taking up a roster
Well,
spot.
yeah, because if you cut him, you still have to pay him, obviously. But
Yeah.
you basically can't get out of paying him unless you trade him, and I don't.
There's nobody
No
that
one's
would
taking
want to
that,
take
bro.
him.
Because he's a liability now just because of his injuries, and
This dude's gonna get a vet min next contract. There's no way he gets over 10 million a year.
oh yeah, hell no. It's actually wild that he has 3 more years.
This dude's getting a bag. 4 year, $120 million deal, dude. That's
Well, that was an
ridiculous.
extension, so he had 1 year with his contract and then added 4 years to it. So
In
that's why it
20,
goes all the way through 23.
113 million with a $120 million extension on top of that, dude. The Cavs are smoking. This dude does not deserve a $120 million extension.
Well, it was pretty much LeBron was gone, so we need someone to do something, and Kevin Love was that dude. And didn't he get hurt in that first season without LeBron?
Was that 18-19? Yeah, 22 games.
Here it is.
Then he played 56, and then said he stopped or just said the team shit, so he's not playing anymore.
That is just brutal, dude.
It's ridiculous. What was he even averaging? He's averaging 17 a game, which that's not bad. Even though he's had better seasons before LeBron left. So
um, yeah. I don't even know if I have much else to say. Kind
yeah, I
of just
don't
went
think
over
so.
the whole season so far. All Star weekends coming up. Um, I guess for most of the league, it's just it really is a tight race this year. Um, and it's
Yeah,
honestly even tighter because of the like like play-in games between the lower
right.
seeds. So
Did they say they were gonna keep doing that, or the 9 and the 8 have to play in,
I don't
or is that
actually
only the
know.
bubble?
I
I like
on
the
the
idea. I don't know if that's the thing.
I think it's only this season because it's a shortened season.
Mm,
So they're just giving those teams a chance. Plus also like problems with games getting canceled and postponed and shit. So
right.
that kind of
I feel
adds
like
on to it.
I feel like they should keep doing that. It's exciting. It gives teams that are right outside the cusp a chance.
Yeah, they just have to make it a pretty fair way to not like screw over an 8 seed or something.
Yeah. Like
I
if I
guess.
feel like if they make the rule where it's like if it's within 2 games
Hmm.
roughly. Because if it's like the East where it's like it's like a 6-7 game drop off, like that'd
Yeah.
be that'd be horrible.
Yeah. Um, it is time in the podcast to move on to our
Chuckster.
Chuck Klossman hypothetical. Um,
Gotta
I
love
am
it.
going to do the same one that I did earlier
I figure
because
you would.
it has not been actually shown on the podcast, and I want to actually use all 50. So I have already seen this, but Shaffer has not. So this one is called Worldwide Perfection. Scientists build a massive space station that allows mankind to control the worldwide weather. As a result, there are no more weather emergencies. There are no more droughts or floods or tornadoes, and global warming has been eliminated. However, there is an immediate demand for quote unquote perfect days. Because the weather can be controlled, many people want the weather to be nicer and more predictable. A large segment of the populace wants there to be two specified dates, April 22nd and October 22nd, where every place on Earth would simultaneously experience ideal weather conditions for 24 hours. These 2 days would become worldwide holidays, ideal for weddings, reunions, outdoor sporting events, and any tourism or traveling that demands meteorological perfection. Every community on Earth would have perfect weather on these two designated days. However, the environmental community claims that this might be risky. There is no precedent for worldwide perfection, and environmental leaders fear that this could create problems we cannot foresee. It can't be nice everywhere, says Universal Weather Czar Al Gore. At any given moment, at least 1/3 of the planet needs to be dealing with semi crappy weather. However, no one can specifically prove why this alleged perfection would be dangerous, because it's never happened before. Where would you stand on this issue? Do you want the perfect, although potentially harmful days?
Well, I feel like you can't say perfection because everybody has ideal weather that they like, and it's
Yeah,
different from
everyone has
everybody else.
different weather that they perceive as perfect.
So how would that even work? Would they take a poll? Like,
Probably, but I feel like most people can agree on what is considered nice weather. It's like, you know, sunny, like a cool 70,
I would have
maybe a
say
bit
like
of a
high.
breeze.
I said like high 60 light breeze,
Hmm.
like
Something like
60 would be
that.
perfect.
So I said that
No,
I would just
I
say
wouldn't.
fuck the 2 days because it's only two
Yeah,
days. It's
if
two
it's a
days.
week, if it was a whole week, it'd be different.
And also, every place on Earth experiences quote unquote perfect weather
Oh,
differently
well,
and like
yeah,
on different days, but it would be more often than just those 2 days.
because
Like you're gonna
doesn't like
experience nice weather more often than not.
isn't people like considered Southern California perfect all the time?
Yeah, and that shit
Like,
is hot as fuck.
I feel like it's different, but like because my dad said when he was in Northern California, he said it was like 70 every day.
Hmm. Also, in California, it's probably not as humid.
Right? Yeah, there's no humidity
Um,
versus somewhere like Florida where you're getting
yeah.
drenched if you walk outside in August.
You might as well just drink some water while you're breathing.
Yeah,
Uh, but
you're
yeah,
putting a feet or two.
I said just fuck the 2 days.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not
cause
that
yeah,
like
and plus it says
it's
there's
just
no
fun.
weather emergencies, so that just makes it even better. So
Tsunami warning has been issued.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
not getting fucking
I
Bobby
unle-
tsunami coming at you.
unless we get a week, I don't want it.
Yeah, it was a
So
pretty good question, but pretty easy answer.
yeah,
It's good concept. Um,
yeah.
I guess that's where we'll round out the pod. My social right here. Shaffer got his, both up on the screen, as well as down in the description, along with everyone else in Creative Shooters. All Creative Shooters socials linked below. At Creative Shooters on Instagram, at Creative Shoot on Twitter, because they don't give enough characters. At Creative Shooters on TikTok,
You gotta
twitch.tv
start
slash
uploading.
Creative Shooters. What?
You gotta start uploading some more clips on there, dog.
Some more TikToks? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I I have like, well, we have a bunch of clips that we could do, but
right.
I want like the best of the best. But
You
I
want that
also
premium
like
gas?
I also want to like upload them at a certain time, but
Right.
I just always forget. So, but yes, you are right, Shaver. I should get some more TikToks uploaded. So I'm making an effort to do that for you.
There we go.
Um, we have been streaming though. The
Twitch.tv/creative shooters.
yeah the February highlights should be live this week. Maybe not Tuesday because it's only the second. We might need a couple more days to get through all the
Shoot for a
VODs.
Wednesday.
But yeah, Wednesday is probably the best bet. We might get Tuesday, but Wednesday is
Wednesday the latest.
most likely. Um, Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Actually, no, I do have one thing to say. Fuck Windows. I had to record 2 fucking podcasts today and somehow not talk about the same shit and say the same shit over again because I didn't want to do that. But we got through it. Thank you for being here, Shave.
Shout out to the Night Owls.
um, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Omri Caspi podcast.
Brian Westbrook.